Hi from my platform, LYNDA'S TV show. If it is your first time, you are welcome. Please, after watching this video, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. It is very, very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. Here we upload videos on daily basis as it is happening. We are bringing it live and direct, undirected to you. After watching, you are free to criticize, you are free to say your opinion, but let us say it constructively. Myself, Linda, will be standing here watching this video together with you from the beginning to the end. Then we'll go to the comment section. I appreciate you all, my lovely subscribers, followers, those who comment and share this video as we watch the video right now.
Democracy and governance. Reports coming in the last 1 hour say British Prime Minister Liz Truss has resigned just 44 days after assuming office as Conservative Party leader and replacement Prime Minister for Boris Johnson, who was forced to resign. She becomes the shortest reigning Prime Minister in British history in modern times. Signs that all was not well with the new Conservative Party leadership began to emerge 2 weeks ago when Truss sacked her finance minister Kwasi Kwarteng over a so-called mini-budget, which negatively impacted the United Kingdom economy. In a statement outside Downing Street this afternoon, Truss said she was stepping down because she could not deliver on the mandate she was elected to. Liz Truss' premiership came under renewed pressure on Wednesday after the Home Secretary resigned and a chaotic vote on fracking. 47-year-old Truss resumed office as Prime Minister on September 6, 2022. And in the last couple of days, barely in the last couple of days, there have been a lot of problems in the cabinet.
Conservative Party with a mandate to change this. We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
Liz Truss resigning her position as the Conservative Party leader and Prime Minister just 44 days after assuming office. I'm joined in the studio now by Shola Jaisimi, our foreign affairs correspondent, who's been monitoring developments since the news broke a few hours ago of Liz Truss's resignation. Shola, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Modi, for having me on the program.
Yeah, Liz Truss is going down in history as the shortest serving Prime Minister in the UK in modern times. How and why did it get to this level so soon, 44 days after resuming office?
You said a lot about that in your introduction to this particular issue about what's happening in British politics. When she was seeking the position of Tory party leader, she outlined some certain things she wanted done regarding, what the currency will be, how the people will live. And eventually she got the position, she got elected. She was not a front runner at the beginning of the contest when it started in August, if you recall. But as they coasted towards the series of votings by members of the British Conservative Party in the British Parliament, She outshone so many other people, including the lady with Nigerian heritage, Kemi Badenoch, and it remained her and the former chancellor, the man who has Indian heritage. And eventually it went to the members of the Conservative Party in the UK, about 160,000 of them, who now selected her between those two. She got into office, outlined her plans, said this and these are the things I'm going to do. But it appears that those plans did not tally with what the markets were, reading. The British pound has fallen some nice, I'll use the word nice, but some heavy percentage. In over 8 years, that hasn't happened. So all her plans were seemingly crumbling before our eyes. And for British politicians, when what you have said you want to do not materialize, they often throw in the towel. They say, look, I'm done here. And that's what has happened to Liz Truss, the third woman prime minister in the history of the UK and the shortest reigning ever.
Just yesterday, she did say in Parliament that, oh, I'm not a quitter, I'm a fighter. And everyone expected that she would put on a stronger fight to remain as prime minister. But that didn't happen.
Yes, it didn't happen because the parliamentary system of government lets you realize if you're in office whether you have the support of those you say you are leading or not. As at the time, Sir Graham Brady, the leader of the 1922 committee, went to see her, those who are watching British politics knew something is in the offing. It's either he's going to say, I tell her, look, madam, you've lost the support of Tory party members, you need to throw in the towel, or to tell her, stay on. But that doesn't normally happen. You don't normally see the leader of that committee going to 10 Downing Street to go meet 7 prime ministers. So it was clear that she didn't have the support she needed to continue to govern as prime minister, and she threw in the towel.
What role did the vote yesterday on fracking had to play in her resignation today? Because some have interpreted it to me that vote was actually a vote of no confidence.
Interestingly, well, the British Parliament has its various rules, and what they did yesterday in the Commons clearly showed they were looking at the person who leads the Conservative Party to ask the necessary questions, and they voted along that lines. It may not have been termed a vote of confidence or a vote of no confidence, but automatically, from what we can see, within 24 hours, it has turned out to be so. They lost confidence in her. Some of them may not have come out openly to do so, but feelers and all what we have seen so far has shown to us that she had lost the support of her colleagues.
So moving forward, I mean, she says she's going to remain as prime minister until a new Tory head is elected. That means that in the next couple of weeks, if not days, we might be having a new leader of the Conservative Party and by implication a new prime minister. Where do you think the pendulum will swing this time?
Well, I really can't say now because it's still, all eyes are still on the UK now as I speak. Even the US has said, look, Liz Truss is gone. Whoever emerges the British Prime Minister, we will, that's the US Biden administration now saying, we will work with that person. So the members of the British Parliament, the British people are also looking at what's happening at Westminster as we speak. The fact is this, either those who contested with her before, no names have propped up now, but it's still early days. She said it in that clip we played. She said in a few days, by next Friday, in a week's time, that the British people will know who their next prime minister will be because the Conservative Party will have done its selection process. So we'll be counting up, we'll be looking at who and who may be in the running to the third British prime minister in less than how many weeks? So it's a serious one for the British people. Some have asked the question, Imoni, that is it that very soon there might be a call for a snap election in the UK?
That's the point I was coming to. Could there be a snap election, or the Conservatives would want to keep it in the house?
It depends on how they weather this storm. Because the serious one, the Labour Party has also been commenting. The leader, Sir Kerr, he has also been making comments. He's someone who has said, look, that the Conservative Party needs to get out of the place because he says the policies are not intended what the British people want. So we'll watch what is happening in the UK in the days ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Shola.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Shola Jaisimi is our in-house analyst on foreign relations and foreign affairs, weighing in on the recent development in the United Kingdom, where Liz Truss, a 44-days-old prime minister, just threw in the towel. All right.
The government has filed an appeal at the Supreme Court against the Court of Appeal's judgment, which quashed the terrorism charges against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The appeal is asking the Apex Court to stay execution of the Appellate Court judgment delivered on October 13, 2022. The federal government, in their notice of appeal, faulted the decision of the Court of Appeal and also praying the Apex Court to set it aside. The federal government further argued that the Appellate Court erred when it faulted the manner Kanu was brought back to face trial after he jumped bail and fled the country. Maxwell Opera confirmed this at the Federal High Court when he was approached by AIT. Another of Kanu's lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, also confirmed via telephone calls that they are filing a reply to that effect. No date has been fixed for hearing. A three-man panel led by Justice Jumai Hanatu struck out the 7-count charges against Kanu by the federal government on the grounds that the lower court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the matter. In a judgment read by Justice Oludotun Adefope Okoje, the appellate court also slammed the Nigerian court for the manner in which Kanu was extradited from Kenya, saying it was a clear breach of international law and procedure.
We are served with a notice of appeal yesterday and together with a motion for stay of execution. But it should be also on record that notice of appeal cannot operate as a stay. And this particular judgment was given on the 13th, that was Thursday last week. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has been in their detention from that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, before they filed this purported notice of appeal yesterday. So the question there is that now that law is on his own side, because National Security Advisor and the Malami, the Attorney General, said that they are reviewing the judgment. So are the Supreme Court now reviewing the judgment, deciding which particular order to obey and the one not to obey? So Nnamdi Kanu has been there suffering. So we have served them. They were in court. We served them that order. We served them the judgment. Instead of them to release Nnamdi Kanu, they still held him. So that is the position. So that their notice of appeal cannot operate as a stay. And Nnamdi Kanu is there now suffering as a result of the unlawful behavior of the National Security Advisor and the Director of the SSS and Malami.
Just before the clearing closed, the 2022 Ministerial Performance Review, which started Monday, October 17, 2022 in Abuja, President Muhammadu Buhari warned ministers, permanent secretaries, heads of government agencies not to abandon the business of governance for electioneering, saying any infraction will be viewed seriously. The President issued the directive immediately after signing Executive Order 12 on improving performance management, coordination and implementation of presidential priorities, telling participants at the retreat that with the commencement of campaign towards 2023 general elections.
Thank you so much for sticking to this video to the end. Like I said before, now it's time for us to go to the comment section to air our mind and our opinion. Say what you think about this video and this platform. Do it constructively. Share this video, like, subscribe, and also continue to watch Linda's TV show, because this is the home of news. Until I see you again in my next video, remain blessed. For now, I would say bye-bye.